Who is it? Larry? No, it's him. No? Oh, it is Larry. Were you Larry or was I Larry? I think I was Larry, right?
Yeah, I think you were Larry.
You guys don't need to check the blood type on the knife. I admit it. Is my blood on there? So you admit you were wounded with a knife. Would you care to elaborate on how? Was the victim trying to defend herself, or did she go crazy and attack you first? Attack me? Nah, we were eating steak and I accidentally cut myself while digging in.
Oh my god.
That's all it is. Sorry, but your client's still guilty here. Okay, Larry. If it's all so innocent, pray tell why you hid the knife. I didn't hide it. It was dirty, so I put it in the dishwasher. Simple as that. Why doesn't he just say the blood on the knife was from the steak? Maybe he likes his steak super rare. I'm just coming up with lies for him here. Even if the blood was from you cutting yourself, that's still tampering with the crime scene. It wasn't a crime scene when I put it there. That creep never saw any knife. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, he's right.
He is right. It's like that giant banana over there said. Giant banana. He was making up a pathetic lie to save his own skin. Him lying about the knife being there is just a coincidence. That's exactly right. Glad we got that clear. Hey, who are you calling a giant banana? Objection. This is absurd. To say it's all a coincidence is implausible beyond rationality. Objection! Implausible or not, you don't have any proof he was lying about how his blood got on the knife. Even if a DNA test proved Butts' blood was on both the knife and the floor, without a motive, the worst crime he could be charged with is tampering with the crime scene. Still illegal, I know, but certainly nowhere near as bad as murder.
Oh my god, this is so weird.
It is. It's super weird. Like, as somebody who's played all the games, it's so weird.
The prosecution is correct. We have yet to establish any motive that would implicate Mr. Butts.
Exactly right. Sorry it had to end this way on your first trial, rookie.
Which is why the witness will testify for us once more about the day's events.
God damn it! Oh, come on!
The defense shall then cross-examine the witness. However, if nothing resembling a motive can be reasonably established, you will die. I'm afraid I will have no choice but to kill you. To render a guilty verdict for a defendant.
You gave me real Zelda CDI vibes there for a minute. He's like, you must die.
You must die.
You must die. Whatever, fine. At least we won't be wasting too much time this way, because we'll all be dead. I can't believe it. I was so close to ending this.
You'll be fine, Miles. You have him right where you want him.
Oh, snap.
Getting the guilty to break down, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push. If everyone's ready, Mr. Butts, your final testimony, please.
So how long do you have available today? Because I was going to go for like maybe a half hour more, unless we see that we're getting towards the end, then I might just finish. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's go for half an hour more.
Okay, cool. I'm not a murderer. Listen, you've got to believe me. I didn't murder Cindy. Maybe it's hard for people like you to understand, Edgy, but you typically don't kill people you love. And if there's one thing I know, it's that I loved Cindy. She was a happy, healthy person cut down in the prime of her life, and I had nothing to do with it. The blood on the knife is there because I cut myself trying to eat my steak. That's all it is. Now stop trying to blame me for this and start going after an actual murderer, why don't you?
I don't want him to be murderer.
Oh, he's got to be at this point.
No. The witness has made his statement. The defense will begin its cross-examination.
Dude, you know the last episode of this series is going to be called When Something Smells. It's guaranteed.
This is your last stand. Are you capable of handling this?
No, I quit. I wanted to be a ballet dancer. More than capable. It's finally time to expose the truth.
Then get in there and fight.
Ooh. You gotta believe me, I didn't murder Cindy. Maybe it's hard for people like you to understand, Edgy, but you typically don't kill people you love. What do you mean,
Did you
people
love
like
her?
me? Yeah.
Did you actually love her?
Did you love her now that she can dance? Anyway. And what proof do we
Exactly.
have that you loved her? All we have is your word on this. Without corroboration from the deceased, that doesn't really amount to much, does it? Why, you little... He's going full Homer Simpson here. That doesn't. When we're done here, I'm gonna sue you for defecation of character. God damn it.
Oh my god.
Not defecation of character.
That's defamation of character, you ignorant simpleton.
Not quite the words I would have used, but they shall suffice. And if there's one thing I know, it's that I love Cindy. How do you know this? You feel it in your soul. I find it interesting that you use that term in the past tense. Well, duh. Cindy's kind of dead now, you know? But if you were... Is she just, like, stands up in the audience and she's like, I'm not actually dead. And everybody's like, what? She's like, I love this man. Anyway, but if you were truly in love, would you not still love her even after death? Nah, that's really kind of gross, man. Ew, really? As usual, he is completely missing the point. Man, this dummy act has to go away at some point. She was a healthy person. Really? Are you quite sure of this? Absolutely. There was nothing wrong with my Cindy. Oh, why did she have to die? She was way too young. It should have been me instead. With the way he's talking about her, I wonder if he even knows about that. Okay, so we need to present something there. Blood on the knife. Okay. She was a happy, healthy person cut down to the... Oh, the depression pills. That's what we need to present here.
Oh! Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there we go. Get that screen right. There we go. Present. Haha.
No, she was depressed.
She was freaking depressed. Mr. Butts, you say Miss Stone was a happy, healthy person. I'll ask you once more. Are you absolutely certain of this? Definitely. I'm positive. Mr. Butts, this pill bottle was found in the victim's medicine cabinet. Forgive me, but I have a little trouble believing antidepressants would be prescribed to her. If she was indeed both happy and healthy. All right, so she was taking antidepressants. What difference does it make? Can't hold one voice on this guy. Whatever. Actually, it probably wouldn't make any difference at all if she had actually been taking them. However, this prescription was filled 2 weeks ago, yet not one pill had been taken.
I'm not sure where you're going with this, Mr. Edgeworth.
If you will allow me to elaborate, Your Honor. All right, I'll bite. Why were antidepressants prescribed to the victim? I mean, she was depressed, but I mean, I feel like they just said that she didn't take any, so it must have been maybe Larry was trying to kill her with pills or something.
Oh.
You know, as surprising as it may be, antidepressants are not solely used to treat depression. They're also used to treat anxiety, OCD, eating disorders, and in some rare cases, rage. Is this where they're going with it?
Rage?
Rage? Okay. I've never heard that, but sure. I always thought rage was like a bad side effect. Wow, you learn something new every day. So if that's the case, why don't you tell us what symptom the victim was suffering from?
Rage.
Rage? Oh my god.
OCD?
I'm like between the first two. I don't think it's an eating disorder, and I don't think it's rage. What about...
It was an eating disorder, and they didn't eat steak. That would be weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna say OCD just to start and see what happens.
Rage.
Obsessive compulsive disorder would be my guess. Well, there's no music, so that's probably wrong. Yeah, okay. I whip my hair back and forth when you're wrong. Interesting theory, doesn't help your case, though. Wait, I'm not done. What if she tried to stab him because she couldn't handle the way he was eating his steak? Guess you never saw her apartment. If OCD could drive her into a murderous frenzy, she would have bombed the place. Oh, this is rich. Who needs cable when I have you rookies around? Give me another one. I haven't laughed enough today. At least they didn't, like, penalize us for that. Okay.
Eating disorder.
Yeah, let's go eating disorder. She had an eating disorder. She saw Butts eating the steak, and she couldn't control herself. Wow. She wanted that steak, and she wasn't going to let him keep it from her, so she tried to kill him for it. Maybe the steak wasn't even enough. Maybe she wanted to eat him, too.
No!
What is this line of dialogue, man? This brings back memories. It's like I'm going up against a rookie Ben Matlock all over again. I don't know who Ben Matlock is, but whatever. Please tell me another good one. I just want to pick the wrong one so I can see more of this funny dialogue. All right, rage. Oh, it is rage. Okay. My dear Mr. Payne, the answer to this whole affair is elementary. Cindy Stone was being treated for anger management issues. Wow, all right.
Oh my god.
We know Mr. Butts had both the means and opportunity to kill Miss Stone. Factor in anger management, and we now have a plausible motive. And based on the look on your face, I'm exactly right, aren't I? It was you, Larry Butts. You killed Cindy Stone in self-defense and then tried to frame Frank saw it. That's the sprite I was talking about. He only has that look on his face because you're badgering him. Besides, if it was self-defense, shouldn't he have some knife wound somewhere on his body? All right, Larry, get naked. We have to cavity search you. Funny you should mention that. But first, I have 3 questions for the witness. Mr. Butts, are you right-handed or left-handed? Left-handed? But what is that? Next question. Would you kindly give a thumbs up with your right hand? You mean like this? That sprite is reversed. That's hilarious.
I see something.
I spy with my little eye a reversed sprite. Excellent. Now, maybe it's because it's shattered glass and it's behind a mirror. That's why it's reversed. Now, will you please perform the same gesture with your left hand? Okay, I was thinking too hard about it. You done with your questions yet? I thought I noticed something off. Mr. Payne, note that the witness appeared to be rather stressed when he was using his left hand. Oh, he got stabbed in his left hand, that's why.
Oh.
However, this was not the case when he was using his right hand. Ergo, the defense concludes Mr. Butts was placing undue pressure on a knife wound in his left palm.
Witness, is this true?
Gork, is this true? Yeah, it's true. Objection! Wait a minute.
Whoa.
He said he cut himself eating a steak. Surely that would explain it. No. I thought you might say that, which is why I asked the witness whether he was right or left-handed. By his own admission, he is left-handed. This, my dear prosecutor, brings up a rather interesting problem. Now, what is it about the witness's left-handedness that conflicts with his story about the wound? The fingerprints on the knife? Lefties are pathological liars, Jesus Christ. Probably the fingerprints, right?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna die if this is not it.
That's okay. We don't get punished that much here for that. If you look at the fingerprints on the knife, I believe you'll find they're the victims. Well, duh! The knife belonged to the victim. Her fingerprints are naturally going to be on the knife. Okay, I was wrong. Whatever. Even if your self-defense theory is true, you'd still find the witness's fingerprints on the knife. After all, he was the one who picked it up and took it out to the dishwasher. Oh, true.
The prosecution is correct. I think this waste of the court's time deserves a penalty. Uh-oh.
The prosecution will die now.
No!
He just pulls out a shotgun and he's like, all right. Game over. Load. No, it'll load for us. It's okay. I don't even need to. Prosecution is now being executed.
Let's start project.